Okay, welcome to a tutorial on how to make a simple, easy, cheap, and efficient XP farm. Um, all you really need for this is like 1 or 2 buckets and some building blocks. And, well, and temporary torches so you can actually build it without skeletons killing you. So, you'll want like a couple blocks on both sides for the skeletons to spawn. Water at the end of here, placed on each block. All of these at the back of here have to be source blocks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks over here has to be. There needs to be 2 source blocks here and 2 on the opposite side in the same place. Now how this works is it brings them all the way down here. It doesn't have to be exactly this far down, and it also looks farther down than it actually is because the way this place is built. But it brings them down here. Here, let me dig out some of this. I have to show you how it's built. Oh, and also how. So basically, you're able to one-hit all of these skeletons with your fist, and still get all the loot from it, as the lava is barely is high enough to burn the mobs, but not kill its loot. So you can both get XP from this and mob loot from it. So what you'll and you also want to be careful about that lava. But what you'll want to do is and I'm not sure. Well, it works well with it 2 blocks under where the water flows into. But you could have it 1 block higher and it might still work without breaking. The reason why I put it down a couple blocks lower is so one, so the mob skeletons fall a little bit down, like fall a little bit instead of just flowing into it, and 2, so it doesn't light up that area too much, as lava is a light source. And so how you get the lava not to flow all the way down is you have a fence gate there, and the fence gate won't work if you have fire spreads on. So instead, so I'm not fully sure if it burns, but instead you'll want something else that you can place there that will keep the lava from going downward, which I can't at the moment think of something. So there are different ways you can get a skeleton to half a heart. Like for instance, a drop down 20 blocks down lower. If it's exactly 22 blocks from where they initially fall from, so like 1, 2, 3, and down all the way till 22 blocks below. But for this, where my spawner is, it can't fall that far without having to be pushed up, and it's a bit complicated to bring some mobs upward, so I had to do the lava design, which I had help from one of my friends, as I wasn't sure how to do that, and well, and it just did it for me without realizing that I needed to do that. Anyway, you'll want a hopper that goes into a chest, which, if you don't want the loot, then that's not required. You just want a way to get rid of. Well, it will lag the game, so if the loot's just laying here, so actually a hopper is preferable. You could have a hopper that goes in the lava, though, or goes into its dispenser that goes into lava if you really don't want all those bones. But most likely you will want those bones and the bows and the arrows. And I've only used this like 1 or 2 times, and I already have this much loot. And all I do is I just sit here for like, I don't know, like a half hour, 15 minutes, and then I go and punch them all. And if you want to, uh, oh no, you can't make, yeah, you can't make this like, yeah. I was gonna say you could put obsidian blocks, so I don't mind that, but just, well, if you can figure out how to make your controller, press this button a bunch of times, then you can make it where you could just stay there all day, but eventually it'll lag your world, so you won't want to stay there all day. For me, that hasn't happened unless I'm walking around after that, and usually I'm just gonna be staying in front of it without moving anything but my attack button. Anyway, I just went up there. Anyway, you'll want to make sure that, well, of course you get rid of torches, but first you might want to make sure they don't attack you before you do that. So 2, I have to put this back, so 1, 2, and then back there. And you'll want to make sure the, and the reason this water's here is so they don't just go here and get stuck right here. You'll want to make sure that they can't, well, you'll just want to make sure there's spawn space, but not space that they can spawn where they don't get pushed down there. You'll want to break these torches, and already one spawned. You'll want to block it up. This looks the same on the other side, except I don't have it cleared out. And as you can see, they will start spawning. Oh. And what you can see is I left it open. So, what you'll want to actually do is, before you do that, is probably, probably make sure they aren't attacking while you're building, but you'll want to make sure that it's covered, of course, because that would be dangerous. And one thing you can do is have like 2 slabs, so you can hit the bottom of their feet, or if you wanted to, you could go like slightly higher and move this slab down here, and you can instead be hitting them like this. Either way will work, but it just depends like what you want your position to work. I would suggest not having their face exposed. I suggest them not be able to see you, because then if you do this, oh, sizzle. Okay, let's say if you did this, that would obviously not be very good, as they would be able to fire at you. So I think everyone watching this would probably know that, but I wanted to make sure go over that anyway. Want to make sure that anyone knows how to build this, even though I'm not doing step by step. I'm just showing you how I built it. As I really don't want to destroy the whole thing and make it again. Even though I probably could do that. Anyway, I hope this is enough to know how to build it. Just by me looking around at it, I hope would have been enough for me to figure it out. But I hope some of the things I said about it should help it. Oh, and the reason why 22 blocks downward as a never design works is that's how many blocks of a fall it takes to get a skeleton to half a heart. So if your spawner is at the surface, so like let's say at like level 63 or whatever, then you could make them drop all the way down 22 blocks, have a 22 block drop, and then Which I probably should have blocked this off again, because I guess I'm silly. Okay, I did that now. Now let's... Don't think there's a way that it can break now anymore. They should all funnel in there. Oh yeah, yeah, you might want to make... Yeah, one other thing is you don't want any way of them not going into that lava area. Anyway, I believe... I believe this is it. You might want to... Of course, if you want to, you can have more hoppers that go into more chests if you just don't want to ever have to take the stuff out of here and move it. If you want to, yeah. But that's pretty I think, self-explanatory. That's not part of the XP farm. So, I don't need to ramble on more. I think I covered everything. If I didn't, I'll answer your questions in the comments. So, bye-bye.